DJ Envy has garnered significant attention for all the wrong reasons following the arrest and federal wire fraud charges brought against his former real estate business partner, Cesar Pina, last month. Pina stands accused of orchestrating an alleged Ponzi scheme that defrauded numerous individuals. Some victims are alleging that Envy, although not charged, utilized his celebrity status to entice people into the supposed real estate scam. In addition to Pina's arrest, at least 20 civil cases have been filed against him in recent months, with Envy named as a co-defendant in many of these cases. Since Pina's arrest, social media has been abuzz with discussions and criticisms targeting the Breakfast Club co-host. In response, the 46-year-old has vehemently denied any knowledge of Pina's alleged wrongdoings. He stated during an episode of The Breakfast Club, "For anybody to say I was involved, that's totally not true. I would never. I've been on the radio for close to 30 years, and never during that time did I engage in anything other than trying to uplift people. And I would never accept $1 from somebody." Despite warnings from some of Envy's peers about Pina over the years, Envy continued his association with him, and now he finds himself entangled in a complex legal predicament. How did the radio host become involved in this convoluted situation? Who is Cesar Pina, and what are the allegations against him? Cesar Pina has been involved in the real estate industry since around 2006, entering the field following a period of incarceration. During his time in prison, Pina acquired knowledge of the real estate industry from a fellow inmate who was a real estate developer. In exchange, he imparted insights on how to navigate the prison system. Pina's involvement in real estate extended to handling mortgages and even venturing into the restaurant business upon his release from prison. However, a transformative opportunity in real estate emerged for Pina, leading him to flip a 3-family home in Paterson, New Jersey for $70,000. According to a press release from the Department of Justice, Pina is accused of soliciting dozens of individuals to provide him with millions of dollars to purchase and invest in residential properties. Instead of distributing the profits as promised, Pina is alleged to have deceived his investors through a Ponzi scheme. Pina cultivated a following on Instagram under the brand name Flipping NJ and is accused of misrepresenting the nature of his business and making false claims about investment returns. James E. Dennehy, FBI Newark special agent in charge, stated, "We allege Pina offered a ridiculously high rate of return to investors, then took the millions he got and invested it in himself after Pina's arrest." Pina pledged 20 to 45% returns on investment within 5 months to investors but is accused of using the funds to pay off prior investors and for personal expenses. If found guilty of wire fraud, he could face a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. Billboard reports that there have been at least 20 civil cases filed against Pina and his wife in recent months. Many of these lawsuits implicate Envy as a co-defendant. Among those pursuing legal action, Trevor Roman claims he is owed $280,000 by Pina and his company, while Paul Peralta alleges that he invested $600,000 in what turned out to be a Ponzi scheme and investment scam. Another investor, Anthony Barone, alleges a loss of $1.5 million after investing in an unfinished Paterson apartment project. How is DJ Envy connected to this? DJ Envy first connected with Cesar Pina in 2017 when he sought a deeper understanding of real estate. At that time, Pina had already established a foothold in the industry and built a client base in the New Jersey region. They collaborated and established a company that organized real estate seminars, educating people about the industry and encouraging them to invest in properties. DJ Envy and Pina created promotional content for their business, promising to teach people the proper ways to navigate the real estate market. Attendees at their seminars received landlord chains with the word trap crossed out. Envy even invited Pina to appear on The Breakfast Club to promote their business. Their promotional efforts, self-promotion, and Pina's social media presence contributed to his rise in popularity. In 2021, Pina authored a book titled Flipping Keys, providing real estate advice to readers. One couple shared with NBC New York that they engaged with Pina after seeing him on social media with DJ Envy. Jose Santiago remarked, "He's advertising this all over radio and television, so I thought this was legit." They invested $200,000 in fear they may never recover their funds. Pina and his wife, Jennifer, are also facing legal issues related to their company, Flip2DAO, in which DJ Envy is listed as a co-founder. What is a Ponzi/pyramid scheme, and how does it work? A Ponzi or pyramid scheme is an investment fraud where existing investors receive payouts from the funds collected from new investors. Organizers of Ponzi schemes typically promise to grow investors' money with minimal risk, but they generally pocket the funds instead. An example of this type of scheme can be seen in a Season 2 episode of The Office, in which Steve Carell's character, Michael Scott, attempts to persuade his employees to invest in a fraudulent calling card business. In the episode, Scott is contacted by the son of the deposed king of Nigeria to recruit people for a fictitious calling card business, which he is entirely unaware of. Jim Halpert, portrayed by John Krasinski, helps him understand the pyramid scheme by drawing it out. One of the most significant Ponzi schemes in history was orchestrated by financier Bernie Madoff, who defrauded investors of over $64.8 billion in a scheme that dated back to the 1970s. Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison in 2009 for masterminding the colossal fraud. His victims included numerous banks, investment firms, and hedge funds, underscoring that such schemes are not limited to the poor or working class. What's the social media reaction? Social media has been abuzz with discussions about DJ Envy and Cesar Pina's situation. NFL player turned entrepreneur Tony "The Closer" Robinson was among the first to accuse Pina, his wife, and Envy of running a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme. This led other investors to speak up. Twitter users have resurfaced old clips of DJ Envy in which he discusses his collaboration with Pina. In one clip from a 2021 episode of Mano's Kitchen Talk show, Envy admits that he was cautioned about doing business with Pina and recalls Joe Budden warning him about potential legal troubles. In a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden corroborated Envy's account and described the entire situation as fishy. Funk Flex, who has had a long-standing feud with Envy and Charlemagne the God, taunted Envy after receiving a cease and desist letter from the attorneys representing victims of the real estate scam. Flex further exposed Envy's business dealings during a radio broadcast. In addition to these challenges, rapper Rick Ross, who has an ongoing feud with Envy, criticized him for his involvement in the situation, adding another layer of controversy to the matter. How have DJ Envy and Cesar Pina responded to the allegations? Envy addressed the allegations on his radio show, offering his perspective. He explained, "Let me explain some things. Cesar and I conducted seminars together. The reason for these seminars was to uplift our community and educate them about real estate, sharing knowledge I wished I had when I bought my first home." He continued, "I organized these seminars, bringing in industry professionals such as real estate agents, contractors, and money lenders from different markets. I even had auction.com to demonstrate how to purchase houses online." Envy also emphasized that if Pina had taken money, he was unaware of it. He acknowledged the concerns of those who may have invested in the seminars and expressed that he also invested a substantial sum without seeing a return. Pina, on the other hand, addressed the accusations on his Instagram Live and denied their veracity. He asserted that Envy was not involved in the transactions for which people are suing him for fraud. Pina indicated that he was at a point where he couldn't communicate with anyone because anyone could potentially be a co-conspirator.
Thing that may help the victims is we at least know that when the feds come knocking, Cesar won't be able to run away.
Pina also acknowledged Envy's role in the real estate business, clarifying that he and Envy were partners in real estate seminars and a few real estate transactions, with Envy being an investor rather than a victim.